All right, how's everyone doing today? Welcome back to You Don't Know Ball. Here for the final 3-round divisional mock, at least for right now. We're going to the AFC North. Let's get right to it. First up on the clock, we got the Bengals at pick 18. So I could definitely go a lot of ways with this one. And you know, it's funny because I've actually had a very similar scenario to me before where I'm like, who do I go? Latu, or Latham? And there's a lot of value on the board here. You can go a lot of different directions. You know, me personally though, and again, you've even got good options down here. Barton, Fontana, you got good options. I think though, I'm going to go to a different route this time. We're going J.C. Latham. You got it. We know we got to shore up that O-line. Got to protect Joe Burrow. J.C. Latham, a guy with a very high floor and definitely still high upside too. But again, you're getting a high floor guy. You're sure he's going to be able to come in, help protect Joey B day one. And if we're the Bengals, that's definitely the goal. We can't have Joey B injured anymore. So let's lock in J.C. Latham right here. Pick 20, we got the Steelers on the clock. What I'm thinking here for the Steelers is, after looking over the board, two guys that really I think I narrowed down to is Troy Fautanu and then Graham Barton. And what separates Troy from Graham in this case to me is I think Troy is much more versatile in the league. I think he'll probably be more where if you need to play him a tackle, still you can, but if you need to play him a guard as well, I think he's more versatile. Whereas with Graham, I think he'll be a great offensive lineman as well. I just think he's much more projected to the interior. I see him much more being like only interior. With Troy, I think you get a little bit more versatility. And if you're the Steelers, again, you really need to fill out both spots still. We still got to fill out that interior. We definitely still need another tackle. I'd say I'm very comfortable locking in Troy Fautanu right here. Pick 30, we got the Ravens on the clock. So if you're looking over the board, and I do have a lot of options here, I think though, I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball in here and say I think my favorite pick here to the Ravens is Kamari Lassiter, a guy where you're getting versatility. You can play him on the outside, play him in the slot. If you're the Ravens, you need a corner regardless. And I think Kamari Lassiter is going to come in, play a good physical style ball that the Ravens need to play, fit very well into this defense. I love locking him in here at pick 30. Got the Bengals back on the clock at pick 49. And the way the board fell to me on this one, honestly, makes it a little too easy for me just because he's one of my guys, one of my favorites. You already know my spiel about him, and if you don't, it's because you can play him on the interior, you can play him on the outside. He's got fantastic size, very NFL ready. Give me Darius Robinson right here at pick 49 to the Bengals, especially because it was the debate of am I going tackle first or am I going edge? Well, now I filled out both my needs for the Bengals in the first 2 rounds. I'm feeling very good about that. Pick 52, we got the Steelers back on the clock. All right, so for the Steelers right here, I think we're saying, we really, really need a linebacker, need a guy that's versatile. And we got a guy that's perfect for that right here. We got Edgerrin Cooper. A guy good in the run game, solid in coverage. You can ask him to rush the passer. He'll be able to do that for you as well. I think as far as the board goes and for fits that the Steelers need, I think you're getting great value right here. And we're going to lock in Edgerrin Cooper at 52. Pick 55, we got the Browns finally here on the clock. So the way the board fell to me here, I'm thinking for the Browns, we really, really need a receiver. Give Deshaun that number 2 guy. Again, like I said before, where this guy has potential to turn into a number 1. Very, very high upside. Just didn't have a ton of targets because the way the Florida offense went. It is what it is. But a guy who's I think has very high upside in the NFL. Again, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but Ricky Pearsall right here. I think you're getting a guy who can come in, really put up good numbers year 1, surprise a lot of people. And again, we got to give Deshaun another target, along with Njoku and Amari Cooper. You're getting a great number 3 guy right here. It's just, I think, and again, I know the Browns have other needs, and we could have gone other ways, but I think the Browns are a very well-built team already as it is, and you just kind of want to go with guys that you think have really high upside. I think Ricky Pearsall fits that profile perfectly, and if you're the Browns, you feel comfortable locking him in with your first draft pick here. Pick 62, we got the Ravens back on the clock. All right, after really thinking this one over here for the Ravens, and thinking, what do I want to do, what direction are we going? I think what I'm landing on here for the Ravens is, I like Devontae Walker right here. Guy with really high upside, really high average catch, a guy with burners. You definitely are going to go deep with him. Fits well in this Ravens offense because, again, it just adds another element of having to stretch that defense out, give Lamar another deep stretching target. I love Devontae Walker right here to the Ravens at pick 62. We got the Bengals on the clock here again at pick 80. All right, after thinking this one over, I'm going back to an old favorite here. One of my boys on this board. And here, we're going to really give this Bengals D-line a new identity, give him some new guys to rotate in and out, right? Give him just more firepower. Again, a guy where, a lot of people feel differently about him. You're going to get a lot of different responses when you bring up this name, T'Vondre Sweat. Now, me personally, again, I've already addressed it, but, the late in-game stuff where the effort seems to dip and maybe the stamina's not there as much, I see it, I get it. Again, I think you bring him in the NFL, he's going to get that stamina up, get that conditioning up. The upside is so obviously ridiculously high with the combination of size and just what he does on the line. Again, his burst for his size is about as good as you could get. Yes, he's an absolutely humongous human being. He's not going to absolutely glide off the line. But his impact, the ability to take on 2 defenders, blow plays up. I mean, I think the value you're getting from him here in the 3rd round is fantastic. And I think he'll go higher than this in the real draft. Again, but, we're getting him right here. He's still available. I love Devondre Sweat right here to the Bengals at pick 80. Pick 84, we got the Steelers back on the clock. So a pick I actually love here for the Steelers is a guy who's still kind of under the radar a little bit, but I think, again, he'll keep rising. There are definitely certain measurables about him and stats that I've been reading that also make me very, very high on this guy. I do think he'll transition to the league and be very productive. Whether it's on the outside of the slot, I do view him probably as more of a slot guy. But again, I think he can be productive anywhere. Jacob Cowing out of Arizona, love this guy. I think he'd fit great on the Steelers offense. Give him a great, however he's going to fit on the board or initially 3rd or 4th option and just keep rising up. I mean, he's great to have, as I'm saying, if you use your 3rd or 4th option, that's great. I think a guy where, again, the upside is incredibly high, especially if you play him in the slot. Love Jacob Cowing right here. Give him to me at pick 84. Pick 86, we got the Browns back on the clock. So right here for the Browns, I'm thinking, you know what? Again, if you're a Browns fan, you might have different feelings about this. Me personally, I think you guys could use some help in the safety room. I think, however you want to slice it. I know you guys paid Juan Thornhill, but I think, he could be seeing himself replaced here shortly. It is what it is. He's been spotty to say the least. And Grant Delpit, good player, but again, I mean, if he gets injured or whatever else, you want to have depth in that room. And I think, again, too, the Browns put me in a kind of tough situation here because they're already a very well-built team. I think we already have a lot of needs filled. It's more about depth and getting high upside. So what I like right here a lot is I'm loving Cam Kinchins, where we're getting a super high upside prospect in the 3rd round, right? Great rangy player. I mean, and again, the lows were low, the highs were really high. Right, getting him on that Browns defense, rotating him in, getting him acclimated, I think he'd be a great spot, and I love him right here at pick 86. All right, we got the Ravens on the clock here at pick 93 to close us out. And the way the board fell to you here, if you're a Ravens fan, you absolutely have to love it, because I really don't have to think about it too much. I'm saying lock me in Cedric Van Pran. Give me a guy that I can really shore up this line with. We'll kick him over wherever we need to kick him on the interior, and we're going to have one of the best units in the entire league that already is. So we're just adding to one of the best units in the entire league. In the 3rd round, fantastic value. Gotta love it if you're a Ravens fan. And now we'll close this out today for at least the last 3rd round divisional mock for a little while. Maybe we'll bring it back in a little bit. We're going to move on to some other stuff soon, right? We got a lot of stuff to cover this draft season, but we definitely still got mock content coming your way. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, drop a like, drop a sub. Have a great rest of your day.